Hey there! Every month, Annie has a call with our Path 365 members and answers their questions. She tackles a wide range of topics from what to do with big emotions, what kinds of tips and advice she has for addressing difficult situations, how to deal with cravings, and so much more. Listen in as she does some real-life coaching for our Path members.
Why does not drinking make me so thirsty?
So the reality is that in most cases, we have actually turned off our natural thirst. So what happens is that when we have been dehydrated for such a long time, which is what often happens when we are drinking a lot, is we are radically dehydrated because alcohol is a diuretic. So I think the statistic that I read was that even if a beer is mostly 95% water and 5% alcohol, drinking one beer still sucks out more moisture from your body, even with the 95% water, than not drinking the beer. So you are at a deficit every time you're having an alcoholic drink. And so when you stop drinking, when your body is interesting because your body doesn't want to over cause you pain, especially when it thinks you have a choice of something. So if you were to fast for a few days, like I've actually done a 5-day water fast. And what's fascinating about that is basically by midday on day 3, you really stop feeling hungry because your body sort of says, okay, we don't have a choice here. There's no point to continuing. At least this is how it's explained to me. I'm not a doctor here, so take it with a grain of salt, do your own research. But it says there's no point to continuing to badger this person or to make you miserable with the fact that, you're not eating. And so until in 5 days, it doesn't become such a critical thing for the human body to eat. Drinking, yes, but eating, no. And so I think it's what I've heard about water and being hydrated is the same thing, that if you go long enough with being dehydrated, your body actually stops sending thirst signals to your brain because it becomes a waste, because it's like, okay, there's no response, right? If you go long enough with sleep deprivation, you can actually make it so that you feel like you stop getting tired signals to your brain. And this is true for a lot of things because your body will just kind of stop if you're not paying attention to it. It stops sending the signals as intense. And so when you stop drinking, all of a sudden your body is like, oh my gosh, we could get hydrated again. And your natural thirst is kicked back in, and we are much thirstier than we realize. We actually desire much more liquid, much more water. When I stopped drinking, so I have this is 40 ounces, and I'll drink probably 2 or 3 of these every single day. And it was like, wow, is that really how much water the human needs to really, truly thrive? And if I forget my water, if I go somewhere without my water, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Because the reality is, once you actually start giving your body what it needs, yes, you get thirstier in the short term. And I would just keep going, like keep slaking your thirst until you reach a point. But for me, it was between 80 and 120 ounces every single day is what really my body requires when I'm not drinking, when I'm not depriving it, when I'm not shutting off my thirst signals, when I'm allowing my natural thirst to reawaken. My body really wants a lot more water to thrive. And there's so many benefits to that. I literally think that if you look at my videos now, I just turned 45 versus my videos when I first started this, which I haven't drank in almost 9 years. So, and I don't think I started it right away. So probably 8 years ago. What would have that made me? 36? Anyway, it's an 8-year difference. And I literally think I look younger because I'm so much more hydrated. I have more color in my face. And that's not alcohol, but a lot of it's water. Water is so miraculous and it's so needed. Our bodies are mostly water, and yet we deprive ourselves of water and alcohol. It makes it so that we don't want to drink because we're drinking so much other stuff that the physical need for like the act of drinking is not there, but then we're not actually getting hydrated. And so you're so thirsty because your natural thirst is kicking back in. Again, this is my experience. I've done limited research on this, but this is my experience. But when my natural thirst kicked back in, I just allowed myself to keep drinking. And it's been such a gift. Yes. Do I drink a lot of water? Yes. Do I have to go pee a lot? Yes. But do I feel so much better, so much more energetic, so much healthier? Do I look so much better? Yes, yes, yes. So it's super worth it to listen to your body and listen to those signals that we have turned off when we are over drinking. Great question. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you're ready to see how This Naked Mind can help you on your personal health and wellness journey and want to learn more, go to thisnakedmindpodcast.com to learn what your next best step is. Again, that's thisnakedmindpodcast.com. We have all of our free resources, programs, social links, and more available for you there. Plus, if you have your own naked life story to share, you can submit it there as well. Until next week, stay curious.